Hello and welcome to Module 1.3. In this first lesson, we'll explore the historical evolution of agricultural trends, particularly in Europe, to better understand how the past continues to influence present-day farming practices. Let's begin. Agriculture has undergone a relentless evolution, propelled by a complex interplay of technological advancements, societal shifts, and environmental imperatives. Each era has brought distinct challenges and innovations, fundamentally reshaping how we cultivate our food. Understanding this rich history is not merely an academic exercise. It provides invaluable insights into the persistent challenges faced by the sector and helps us anticipate future challenges. While the Fertile Crescent is often hailed as the cradle of agriculture, parallel agricultural revolutions emerged across the world. East Asia. Rice was domesticated and cultivation systems perfected in the Yellow River basins of China. Central America. Maize, beans, and squash transformed the livelihoods of early American societies like the Olmec and Maya. Africa. Millet and sorghum, suited to semi-arid climates, supported ancient African civilizations spanning the Sahel and Nile Valley. For centuries, European agriculture was largely traditional and labor-intensive, with farmers relying on human and animal muscle. The agricultural revolution in the 18th–19th centuries introduced important innovations, particularly in Britain, through enclosure, four-field crop rotations, and selective livestock breeding. Early mechanization began with inventions like Jethro Tull's seed drill, 1701, and steam-powered threshers by the early 1800s. The early 20th century ushered in the age of mechanization. In 1901, the first gasoline-powered tractor was built. By the 1920s, tractors had become widely available and affordable, drastically improving efficiency. After World War II, Europe saw a wave of industrialization in agriculture with adoption of synthetic fertilizers and chemical pesticides. The invention of the Haber-Bosch process removed key barriers to crop yields by producing synthetic nitrogen fertilizer. By the 1960s and 70s, Europe had moved from food scarcity to surplus production. But this success came with side effects: rural depopulation, farm consolidation, and growing environmental concerns. In 1962, the European Union introduced the Common Agricultural Policy, also known as CAP. This was a transformative policy that provided subsidies and guaranteed prices to farmers. It aimed to boost production and ensure food security across the continent. While it helped Europe recover from post-war shortages, the CAP also led to overproduction. By the 1980s, the EU was dealing with butter mountains and wine lakes, massive surpluses of unsold products. From the 1990s onwards, a growing number of farmers and consumers began turning to organic farming. During the 2010s, organic farmland in the EU more than doubled. By 2019, nearly 15 billion hectares, or 8% of all agricultural land, were organic. Organic food sales also soared, reaching over 40 billion euros by the end of the decade. This reflects changing consumer values around health, environmental protection, and animal welfare. In response to environmental concerns, the CAP evolved. The Agenda 2000 reform introduced a second pillar focused on rural development. This second pillar shifted the role of agriculture from producing food alone to also protecting nature, landscapes, and rural communities. It promoted the idea of multifunctional agriculture, a concept that remains key today. In the 21st century, digital technology began transforming agriculture. Today, many farmers rely on GPS-guided tractors, drones, remote sensors, and big data analytics. In fact, up to 80% of new agricultural machinery sold in Europe now includes precision farming tools. These technologies make farming more efficient and environmentally friendly, applying inputs like water or fertilizer exactly where and when they're needed. Sustainability has become central to European agricultural policy. The European Green Deal, launched in 2019, introduced ambitious goals to reshape farming by 2030. These include cutting chemical pesticide use by 50%, dedicating 25% of farmland to organic cultivation, reducing fertilizer and nutrient losses by 50%, and halving antimicrobial use in livestock. These goals are part of the Farm to Fork strategy, the EU's roadmap to a fair, healthy, and environmentally friendly food system. With global population expected to exceed 8.5 billion by 2030, farmers and policymakers are responding to urgent environmental concerns from soil degradation to carbon emissions by embracing the regenerative techniques and digital innovation. Regenerative agriculture emphasizes carbon sequestration, diversified rotations, agroforestry, and reduced tillage to restore ecosystems. Urban and vertical farming enable year-round, resource-efficient food production in dense city environments, easing land pressure. Precision irrigation monitors and delivers water only where needed, drastically reducing waste and boosting resilience in drought-prone regions. Data-driven models allow constant adaptation of inputs, reducing the environmental footprint of large-scale. Supply chain sustainability contains blockchain-based product traceability that ensures ethical sourcing and consumer trust. Let's recap the evolution of European agriculture through time. Pre-20th century, agriculture was traditional, labor-intensive, and based on centuries-old techniques. Early to mid-20th century, mechanization and chemical inputs changed everything. Tractors, fertilizers, and pesticides boosted yields but brought new challenges. 1980s to 1990s, environmental awareness led to CAP reforms and efforts to reduce overproduction. 2000 to 2015, organic farming expanded rapidly. Rural development and environmental protection became key policy goals. 2015 to today, digital tools and the Green Deal are redefining agriculture for a sustainable future. The evolution of European agriculture provides critical insights for navigating upcoming challenges and opportunities. Agriculture is a dynamic sector constantly evolving to address new challenges such as climate change, population growth, and technological innovations. Historical patterns have shown that adaptability is crucial for farmers to survive and thrive. For example, during the agricultural revolution, the shift from manual labor to mechanization changed farming forever, and today precision farming technologies are enabling farmers to be more efficient, reducing waste and increasing yields. Modern agriculture cannot be solely focused on productivity. It must also integrate sustainable practices that protect the environment. For instance, the rise of organic farming and agroecology reflects this shift, where farmers focus on methods that conserve resources, enhance biodiversity, and reduce chemical use. Moreover, with the introduction of the European Green Deal, there is a strong push for adopting practices like crop diversification, reduced pesticide use, and greater support for organic farming. As agriculture continues to innovate, it is vital that these innovations are used responsibly. Technologies like AI, blockchain, and drones are transforming farming, but we must ensure they are used in ways that do not harm the environment or society. For instance, AI-powered crop monitoring and automated irrigation systems help optimize resource use while simultaneously minimizing environmental impact. The challenge for future farmers and professionals is to harness these innovations while balancing productivity and environmental stewardship. Thank you for joining us in this first lesson.